My name is Lakshmi Sahiti Malladi, and this is another video on the conspiracy against Sri Nithyananda Swami, Paramahamsa Nithyananda. This video, I wanted to talk about the real harm that comes from a false victim, someone who cries wolf. Everybody knows the story of wolf. When a small boy in a village had called wolf and lied about it, the entire village went into a panic and set up all the security just to come to know that this little boy was lying. One day, when finally the wolf did come, the entire village suffered the consequences of this dangerous wolf because no one believed it, because of that initial time when the boy had lied. This is exactly what happens when someone cries rape. And that is the consequence of a false victim like Aarti Rao. Aarti Rao had been unable to mention one single date in her entire statement against Paramahamsa Nithyananda.
Later on, it was shown as evidence that Aarti Rao was presenting dates that Paramahamsa Nithyananda was not even in the same country as her. So how does she go and say that on these same dates, there was actual physical contact between the two of them?
She was not even able to say the exact date. I can tell you the exact time, date, year, and everything about when Vinay Bharadwaj had taken me to his apartment. I can tell you every single date. I can name them off of my head, even though there are at least more than 20 incidents. And they're all in the deposition that I had made. After so much of trauma, you will remember the time that your life completely turned around. Another difference between a real victim and a false victim is that you'll actually show up in court when you are called, instead of delaying the whole process for whatever reason.
When Aarti Rao filed a false case against Paramahamsa Nithyananda in US courts, she failed to appear for her court-ordered deposition and therefore was fined almost $5,000 for it.
Rather than show up in the media for lies to be spread and for so much of evidence to be pulled up in the air. It is so clear that Aarti Rao does not even want to be have this case gone through, because not once did she show up for any hearing in her so-called rape case against Paramahamsa Nithyananda. But if you are a real victim, you'll show up in the court. You'll do your testimony, even though it hurts so much. A real victim will not change your story at least 5 times. You won't go from, oh, it's rape, to, oh, it's consensual sex. And I can say for a fact that there's so many differences between what is a real victim versus a false victim. And the amount of false victims that are out there supersede the amount of real victims that are out there, making a bad name to people everywhere. You don't understand the amount of harm that comes for that, not only for the real victims who are going through torture in court because of them, but also for the people who suffer for their false accusations. How much do they have to suffer? How much do they have to go through in order for the whims and fantasies of one woman? It makes it hard for everyone. That's why I have to insist that you, as a woman, pull yourself together. Understand that rape is never something that you should be lying about, much less going on and on and on about in the media as you have. There's a difference. And not only that, what you do, what false rape victims do, prolongs and exonerates the amount of secondary victimization that happens to real victims. I'm not trying to generalize what a victim is and the definition of a victim. I'm only trying to say that there are false victims out there. There are people who lie, and I know for a fact that Aarti Rao is one of them. I wanted to make this video to make it a clear difference between a real victim and a false victim, and why false victims need to go through serious punishment. This is not just about what she had claimed against Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Aarti Rao directly attacked me and my family in her statement, saying that we were all liars, that we were cult members, and illusioned by Paramahamsa Nithyananda. And how much of torture can I go through when I'm going through already the memories and the nightmares of what Vinay did to me, and on top of that, a case. And on top of that, seeing constantly Vinay's face in the media every single day when they talk about the false accusations that he and Aarti Rao had made against someone who has actually saved my life. The truth is that Sri Nithyananda Swami, whom I get to call Swamiji because he is my guru, had actually kicked Vinay out of the entire foundation because of what he did to me. And because of that, he is suffering so much. It is about time that I said something about it. False victims need to be seriously punished. And I am not going to lose my stand until that is established in courts all over the world. Thank you so much. I hope you are listening and eager to spread the truth.